Hello and welcome to episode 6 of QuickStep's Quick Guides, a series where I quickly guide you through the various aspects of Minecraft, teaching you the basics you need to know in order to play the game. This episode is all about exploring the oceans in Minecraft, specifically how to explore the depths without drowning or becoming aquatic mob food. So, let's dive right into it. Before diving underwater, it's a good idea to prepare, as the ocean can be a dangerous place, so first we'll go over the best items to take with you. The main obstacle to overcome is breathing underwater. There are a few things that can help with this. A helmet with the respiration enchantment will allow you to breathe for longer periods underwater, or a turtle shell, which is crafted by placing 5 scoots in a normal helmet layout, will provide 10 seconds of water breathing. Scoots can be collected from baby turtles when they grow up. Turtle shells can also have any helmet enchantment applied to them. Assuming you've been to the Nether and collected some blaze rods from blazes and some nether wart from fortresses or bastion remnants, you could also brew some potions of water breathing. These potions, unlike their name suggests, don't actually let you breathe underwater. Rather, they allow you to hold your breath underwater for as long as the effect is active. Potion brewing deserves its own episode, so I'll only show you how to make potions of water breathing. With some blaze powder in a brewing stand, add 3 water bottles and a piece of nether wart to get 3 awkward potions. Then add a puffer fish to turn them into potions of water breathing that last for 3 minutes. After that, add a piece of redstone to make them last for 8 minutes. Another useful potion you should brew is a potion of night vision by replacing the puffer fish with a golden carrot. You can craft the golden carrot by surrounding a carrot with golden nuggets in a crafting table. If you can't enchant items or brew potions yet, there are a couple of tricks to help prevent you from drowning. You can make an air pocket by breaking an insta-mine block like slime, TNT or honey and quickly placing a button or sign in its place before the space fills back in with water. Or, an easier method is to dig a too high hole in the ground or in the side of a wall and place a door. But personally, I prefer using a sideways facing piston and a lever to create an air pocket. Soul sand and magma blocks create bubbles when underwater, and these bubbles will refill your oxygen levels. Magma blocks pull anything caught in the bubbles down to it, so make sure you crouch before touching it to avoid taking damage. Soul sand does the opposite, pushing anything caught in the bubbles to the surface. For this reason, I prefer magma blocks for helping me to breathe, and soul sand to get me back to the surface quickly. The best way of breathing underwater though is with the use of a conduit. Unfortunately, these require some underwater exploration in order to find the heart of the sea, which can only be found. They cannot be crafted or obtained via trading. Treasure maps, however, can be obtained via villager trades. But by exploring shipwrecks and ocean ruins, you're more likely to find one. Feeding dolphins raw fish will make them swim towards the nearest shipwreck or ocean ruin. They may also lead you straight to the buried treasure without the need for a map. The next item you'll need is a nautilus shell, 8 of them to be precise. Nautilus shells can be dropped by drowned or found while fishing. By making a square with nautilus shells with the heart of the sea in the middle, you'll get a conduit. Conduits need to be placed inside a frame built from prismarine, dark prismarine, prismarine bricks or sea lanterns in order to work. You'll need 16 to 42 of these blocks. 42 blocks in this shape underwater provides the maximum power and range and provides infinite water breathing as long as you're in range, as well as night vision, increased mining speed, and as a bonus it will also damage hostile mobs within an 8 block radius. The next problem to counter is movement. While underwater you will move and mine blocks a lot slower than when on the surface. So enchanting a helmet or turtle shell with aqua affinity will allow you to mine underwater much faster without needing a conduit, and applying depth strider to a pair of boots will make you swim quicker. Now how about dealing with the hostile mobs found in oceans? Well, as long as you have armor and a weapon, you stand a chance of surviving. However, underwater combat is a bit more awkward than fighting on the land, and some mobs like guardians and drowned have ranged attacks, so a shield and a ranged weapon would be preferable to a sword. Unfortunately, bows and crossbows aren't as effective underwater, so if you can get your hands on a trident from a drowned, you'll be set, as they have both a projectile and a melee weapon. And if you enchant a trident with impaling, it will let you deal more damage to mobs in the water, and loyalty will allow it to come back to your hand without having to go and pick it back up. Alternatively, swapping out loyalty for Riptide removes the projectile trait of a trident and replaces it with the ability to lunge at enemies, dealing damage. Plus, it can make travelling the oceans a whole lot quicker. When it comes to navigation, the info from my last episode still applies, so click on this card to watch it if you haven't already. Something to note, however, is torches cannot be placed underwater, so they can't be used as a trail to follow, so my advice is to stick to maps, compasses and coordinates. If you're worried about inventory space when looting monuments, shipwrecks and ocean ruins, then consider taming a donkey, equipping it with a chest and putting it in a boat. Sail to where you want to explore and dive in. When your inventory fills up, swim or use a soul sand bubble column up to your boat and give your donkey whatever you don't need on you. Now let's talk about looting. There are a lot of unique and valuable resources found underwater in Minecraft, but the main places you want to explore are the shipwrecks, ocean ruins and ocean monuments. Shipwrecks are exactly what they sound like, partially destroyed wreckages of sunken ships. These usually contain up to 3 loot chests, but it is possible to find a shipwreck with none. Notable loot found in shipwrecks include, but is not limited to, treasure maps as previously mentioned, gunpowder, enchanted leather armour, iron and gold ingots and nuggets, lapis lazuli, emeralds and even diamonds. Ocean ruins range from small single structures to large village-sized structures, usually containing lots of drowned. Some of the more valuable resources you can get from ocean ruins include things like enchanted books, golden apples, treasure maps and emeralds, although that's not always the case. Ocean monuments are large underwater structures made of prismarine that are home to guardians and their giant counterparts, elder guardians. Guardians are a cyclops type of fish mob that lock onto the player and shoot them with a beam and can be found outside as well as inside monuments. Elder Guardians are only found inside monuments, and there are always 3 of them. Elder Guardians inflict mining fatigue when you're close to the monument. This greatly reduces both your mining and attack speed, making it very difficult to mine into the monument. Drinking milk will remove the effect, but if just one Elder Guardian remains, it will not stop you from getting it again instantly. At the centre of the monument will be a treasure room. In the middle of this room will be a dark prismarine casing surrounding 8 gold blocks, and will usually, although not always, have at least one room with approximately 30 wet sponges. When dried by smelting them in a furnace, placing them in a dry biome like a desert, or placing them in the nether, a wet sponge will become a regular dried sponge. These can be used to absorb water up to 7 blocks away in each direction, making them extremely useful for draining large areas of water, which would make exploring another monument considerably easier. Hopefully you now know enough to safely explore the oceans in your world. So that's it for this episode of QuickStep's Quick Guides. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please drop me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one.